Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the third grade concept of solving addition and subtraction problems. This is standard 3.4a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 16 off the 2025 release STAAR test. This is a new item type called equation editor, and if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we have to just type in our answer here. There's no A, B, C, or D to choose from. So Casey bought 2 bags of beads. One contains 250 and the other contains 400. All right, so I'm going to just draw a bag right here and say this is 250. And I'm going to draw a different bag and say that this contains 400. All right, so what are we doing next? Casey used all but 36 of the total number of beads for an art project. So what is the total number of beads that Casey used? Okay, so we're going to use all of this. And so if I wanted to kind of draw some lines here, so I'm going to use all of this, and then I'm going to use all of this except for, and then I'll say 36 left. Now that's if I wanted to just draw a picture. I could probably also represent this with a strip diagram. So let's do that. A strip diagram. Let's look at our total. So we don't know what our total is, but I know it's made up of 2 parts. Okay. So I've got my first bag of 250. I've got my second bag of 400. Right yet, I don't know what that total is, but that's pretty easy to see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all of this except for it's 36. There's 36 left. So that's my question, right? How much beads are used? Well, let's do 2 things. First, we've got to add up the 250 and the 400. You might be able to do that in your head, but we'll go ahead and just add them up using the standard algorithm here. So that's going to be a 0, that's a 5, and that's 6. Okay, so those two together make 650, which makes sense. We could also have added it using place value, right? We could have just added this 400s to the 200s, and that would have been 600s, and then the 50 stays the same. Either way works. We're going to use all of them except for 36. So what we're looking at is we're looking at our unknown number plus that's 36 needs to equal back up to that total of 650. So how do we do that? Well, we've got a few options, right? We could count up from 36, but that would take forever. Let's use the inverse operation, a related fact family. What if I did the 650, and I subtracted 36? That's going to get that back. Okay, so let's do this. Let's take our 650, and then let's go ahead and subtract 36. See what that does for us. 36. Now I'm going to use the standard algorithm here, which means we need to regroup. You can't take 6 from 0, so I'm going to take a 10. That leaves 4 10s left because there were 5. Break that 10 into 10 ones. 10 ones minus 6 ones gets me 4 ones. 4 and 3, 4 10s, 3 10s leaves me with 1 10, and then I'm just going to have my 6. So I'm thinking it's 614 that were used. How do I double check? Well, let's do this. Let's take our 614, right? And then we're going to add back our 36, and that should get us up to 650. So you can always double check your work. That's 10. That's 4. That's 5. There we go. So 36 is going to work. Now, how do we actually enter it? Let's do this 614. So we're going to get it here, and we're just going to type in almost like it's a calculator, but there's no enter button. We're just going to type in 614, and then that's our answer. That's all we need to have.